Once you've done the original, Yorkshire Grit Original, if you want a better finish, then you can go up to the Microfine. This will give you a finish up to around about 2000 grit. Perfect for hardwoods or resins or acrylics. Really works well. Works exactly the same principle as the original. So once you've sanded up with the original, make sure you remove all the original so you don't get any scratch marks through using the Microfine, because if you've got any bits of original that haven't been used, then it will scratch your piece. So a liberal amount onto the piece, same as the Yorkshire Grit Original, working it all in with the lathe stationary, and then we're going to work that in, and then we're going to do it with the lathe running. So it's virtually the same, or exactly the same as the original. So we're going to start a lathe around about 500 RPM. Spend a few minutes just working the grit in, keeping the tissue moving. Hardly any pressure at all on the tissue. If you feel heat coming through the tissue, you're pushing way too hard. You don't need to be pushing hard. You're just relying on the friction between the tissue and the Yorkshire Grit. You don't need any other pressure other than that. So we're just going to work this in, spend a few moments working this in. Need to spend at least 2 or 3 minutes minimum. More if you can, because you'll actually get a better finish the longer you spend on it. Just gently moving it about. As you can see, all the dust is being held in our tissue, which is absolutely perfect for our breath or our lungs, and also our work environment. We don't want everywhere covered in dirt and dust, because we've only got to clear it up. So let's try and keep it as tidy as we can. If you suffer with breathing problems, then Yorkshire Grit is perfect for you, because it holds all that dust within the tissue, and you've only got to sand up to 240 grit, which is a massive game changer if you're used to sanding up to about 600. So we're just going to spend a couple more minutes just working this in. We're going to speed up the lathe a little bit. Just gently work this in. As you can see, there's a little bit of a sheen coming on already, but just remember that Yorkshire Grit's an abrasive paste. It's not actually a finish, so you will have to put a finish over the top of this, whether it be a wax or a lacquer or whatever else you want to put over the top of it. But like I say, just bear in mind that Yorkshire Grit is not a finish, it is an abrasive paste. So we're just going to finish rubbing this in. And you can see there the amount of dirt that's actually been stored into our tissue. So we're going to get a clean tissue now. And we're going to do exactly the same by rubbing it all off. So same principle as the original. Keep going over it until the tissue comes off clean. Be a little bit harder to see because obviously the paste is white anyway. So all you're going to see is a little smudge mark of the wood where you're taking off the dust off of the wood with the paste. But this will remove all the excess beeswax, ready for your final finish. So we're going to keep moving this over. Like I say, keep it moving so you don't generate too much heat. So this should be the final one. There you go, all nice and clean. So there you can see there we've got a perfect 2000 grit finish. Got a little bit of a sheen on it, but again, it's not a finish, it's an abrasive paste. So that now will be ready to take any finish you want to put over the top of it. So wax or whatever to give it a nice glorious shine. I hope it helps.